Okay, hello peoples of the internet. So today we are going to be replacing the touch pad on the GE Profile Quiet Power 6. Now if you have one of these GE Profile series stainless steel dishwashers, you may encounter this problem. Now the problem that I have with this is the touchpad has gone bad. So when we go over here, the only thing that's going to pop up is normal, and this part of it that I'm pushing over here will not move. You can add heat, you can do this, but doing this, the up and down feature does not work. So there are some other videos on YouTube about how to fix this. They're a little similar, different than mine, but I'm going to try to make this as simple and easy as possible so everybody can follow along. Now the new one, when you go buy a new one, you want to get an official GE parts. They send you this big giant box, and well, they send you this big box for the pad, and this box comes into this is the smaller box that goes into the bigger box. These things will run you anywhere from $130 to $170 usually, somewhere around there, and that is a direct replacement. This is held on, this is a sticker. So this is just literally pressed and stuck in place. Now to do this job, you're gonna need some tools. So what I've brought with me here, I've got a little electric screwdriver. Now a lot of folks, if you watch the videos, you'll see that they're using this tool over here. This is a spackle, paint can, all-purpose tool, and it may be fine. I prefer to use this tool, which is actually you can get down at your auto parts store. It's for removing body panel parts and internal parts off of your doors, your soft parts, without breaking them. And what I like about this is we're working on this. We're going to be lifting this up, and this is not going to mar the stainless steel. You're not going to end up scratching it up by using this tool. So that's why I'm using this tool. I think it's a much better tool. Obviously, you're going to need some light if you're in a dark place. So this goes on your head there, helps you see. Now this is something they don't show you in the other videos, and this is a really great product. This is 3M general purpose adhesive cleaner. You can get this from Amazon. It'll run you probably about 20 bucks with shipping, maybe a little bit less depending on where you get it from. This is much better than Goo Gone, although Goo Gone will work. So what you're going to do is some of the videos show you shutting off the power, unplugging everything. You don't have to do that, not for this job. For this job, we're going to be removing all of the screws on this model, and this is you can find the model up along the side of your unit. This is a PDW9280N20SS from General Electric. And what they've done is they've conveniently, as opposed to the other units that they had made previous to this, they've put the screws on the inside. So you'll see we've got Phillips head screws going all the way around the perimeter. And those are the screws that we're going to remove. We're going to put those somewhere safe. And we're going to take this apart. And this door will come up from here. And then we're going to disconnect from the harness cable. You'll see on the inside there's a harness cable which attaches to the front side of this door. We're going to disconnect that, and we're going to install our new one. We're going to connect it to make sure it works and that the buttons do what they're supposed to do before we do anything else. If it's not the control panel, then we got a real problem, but we're not going to worry about that right now. So let me get all the screws out and we'll show you what the inside of this looks like. Okay, so I'm just zooming in here. Okay, I'm just zooming in here to show you on the controller thing, there's a little tiny clip right here, and if you push this down, you're able to pop this guy out. But this little clip here is going to give you that access. So don't neglect to push down on that and let your entire ribbon pop out. Also, take note of the orientation of the ribbon. This is the right side over here. This is the right side. And I can read the text. So it comes down, it flips sort of around, and I've got the text over here, and I have this little guy on top. So it shouldn't be too hard to put in the new one and orient. Okay, so what I did here was I removed the cable, and for this little guy on the top here, I'm using this tiny flat-bladed screwdriver. I'm going in and just popping it out. Now with this cable out, what I've done is, because you don't want to let this door, which is really flimsy and sort of awkward, you don't want to let it fall down. So what I did was, I'm just using a roll of duct tape over here and just stuck it right on here, and this will come off obviously once we're ready to put the piece in and start putting it all back together. But right now I'm going to take the new one, the new control board, the new touch panel, out of its box, and we're going to take a look at this, and we're going to test it out and see if we can't install this. So inside the box we have, ta-da, we have this long piece right here. We have this long piece, and it has a little piece of tape there, and it goes all the way over here. We're going to pop off this tape, and then we can take this guy out. Okay. Let's open her up, and there we have it. This is our new one, and of course this is exactly the same as our other one. All right, take a look at this profile, etc., etc., etc. All right, let's get a good shot of this. Now this has, I believe this has the glass, and when I say the glass, there's glass right over this protective thing over here. For proper operation, leave a 1/2 inch minimum gap between keyboard and bottom of countertop. All right, well that's neither here nor there. But anyway, yes, as you look at this, this is it. And this on the other one was the one that was broken. This was that part. Here is our connector, and as you can see, we've got the little clip on top right there. So this is going to be very easy to tell if we're doing this correctly or not. Very, very quickly. It's going to light up, and we're going to go from there. So we look into here. Okay, we have our new connector. I'm going to have to put this down, and you know what? I will come right back when we have it lit up. So hang on a second. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have life. As you can see here, it says normal, and I'm going to press the button. Look at that. It goes up to cookware, goes up to antibacterial, goes to rinse only, goes to China. That means that we were right. It was a bad one of these. Now this is just a sticker. So what we're going to do is I'm going to disconnect we're going to disconnect this one, and then I'm going to peel off the old one, and we're going to very carefully use the residue remover to remove all the residue on here. And then we're going to very carefully put in our new one, and that's pretty much going to be the whole shooting match. So let's go from there. Okay, I am peeling up. Focus. Why is this thing not focusing? Okay, I have got my tool, and I am peeling up this guy right here very carefully. I'm going to just move this gingerly across here and peel this up. And as you can see, you've got the board underneath it, but we're going to get under that, and we're going to get all this up. Okay, the entire piece has come off. This is the old one. This has come off. Okay, I managed to get the entire piece off. As you can see, there's residue down here. I'm going to use the residue remover to do this. I'm going to feed this through this slot over here. Now you could do this either way. You could do this from the bottom up or the top down, or however you want to do it, because there is a pretty big slot here. So I probably won't even disconnect the other one. I'll just slide it up and through this big slot. So here I'm going to feed this down right through here, and as you can see, this is all going to come out, and there's the old panel out. Now to remove the residue. As you can see, this stuff works. This stuff works extremely well. This is the best. You really got to get a hold of this. It's the 3M general purpose adhesive cleaner. I'll put a link in the description so you can find it. But you just put a little bit of this on. Again, you could use Goo Gone. There's nothing wrong with Goo Gone, but this works really, really good. Don't breathe the fumes. Yeah, that may be hard not to do, but really great stuff. This will get rid of. This will re-prepare your system. This is great stuff. Oh, and by the way, one of the other tools I really like using, I should have showed this before, was this little scraper. This thing is really fantastic. It's got a little razor blade, and it's really great at getting off this residue after you spray it. So the spray, use the spray liberally. Again, avoid breathing the fumes. And by the way, this spray is fantastic if you're trying to make a YouTube video and there's a bunch of people in your family hovering around you. Yeah, this will get rid of them too. They'll just run away. So, many benefits. Again, allow it to seep in, let it do its own work, and yeah, read the instructions on this. Danger, vapor, harmful, well ventilated, blah blah blah, contains xylene, whoa, propane, toluene, benzene. Yeah, you're gonna get your money's worth on this one. Again, let it do its work, and you want to make sure that all this residue is off before you put the new sticky stuff on, so that it will stick. But a nice, prepared, clean surface, nothing is better than that to get things to stick. So, we're going to get to the scraping, and just gently use this so we don't gouge into the stainless. We're just going to gently do this. I'm going to get my paper towel over here, and it just turns it into instant goo, which is nice. You'll see what looks like rust over here on the stainless, but it's not rust. It's just the discoloration from the other adhesive. I assure you it is not rust. Well, anyway, you don't need to watch me do this. So in the next step, you'll see me sticking on the new sticker. Okay, so as you can see, this is coming out really nice. We still have some discoloration, and for that, I'm going to use a little bit of Flitz. I'm going to put that on a rag and just rub it back and forth to really smooth everything out and really make it nice. And then I'm going to wipe it down again with a little bit of the spray, just to remove any potential residues, so that again we want this to be as clean of a surface as we can. We're installing this on here. By the way, this has lasted about oh gee whiz, 14 years. I want to say 2006 this was made. So if we can get 14 years just by replacing this for 150 bucks, that's not a bad deal. So I'm going to use the Flitz, then I'm going to clean it again, and then we will be sticking the new one on. We'll be peeling this off, positioning it, and carefully placing it in place. So we'll see you then. As you can see, this is coming out really nice. I mean, we have removed 99.999% of the residue. And by the way, folks, for your information, this is the product, the 08987 product. This is the product that is known to the state of cancer to cause California. There you go. Known to the state of cancer to cause California. Okie dokie. So I have slid this in, flipped it around, and I am looking at how this is going to lay on here, right? And as I look at this, it's going to go just like this. This is exactly how it's going to lay on here, just so you can see this. So the next step is to start peeling off the backing and put it down. Once the backing is peeled off and this is carefully pressed in place, let's check it again, make sure we got all the buttons working. Hooray, all the buttons work. We're going to carefully remove this, and we're going to carefully lay this down in place, making sure not to screw this up because we've gone through all this trouble. And then we can start putting it all back together. Alrighty. Not a bad job. Okay, folks, so what I've done here is I have just gone in reverse, putting in each of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 screws back where they belong. And that's it. Nothing earth-shattering, nothing shocking, nothing bizarre. It just pops right back in, locks in place. Make sure that does what it's supposed to do. Got some dirt on the floor there. We'll clean that up. And again, final test. Yep, it all works just fine. So that's it. Not the worst thing in the world. Take your time if you're doing this job. Don't rush it. Again, this is only for the replacement of this control panel. Now there's a glass piece on mine that's under here, which you can or don't have to remove. It doesn't make a difference. On mine, I just left it there. You can't tell it's there, so just ignore it. But you could pry it out if you want to, because the other piece comes with it. So it does, yeah, I won't even go into it. But yeah, so, and some of them have a glass piece on this side. I saw that on one of the shows, one of the other YouTube rebuilds. So anyway, that's all I've got, folks. It's not that bad. Take your time, clean up everything around here, give yourself a nice surface to work on, and you shouldn't have too many problems. Alrighty, best of luck, and hopefully this will be as easy for you as it was for me.